Jonathan Jones, CBS Sports here alongside Pro Bowl, All-Pro, NFL MVP, Super Bowl MVP, All-World quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Patrick, appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, so, hey, I want to know, with these new wide receivers that you guys have out here, you have some real size on the outside, right? I know a lot of talk has been going on about Tyreek. I know you wish him well in all of his endeavors and whatnot. But how does this offense, this Kansas City Chiefs offense, change and evolve with you with the new pieces out here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts off with the offensive line. I mean, we have this offensive line coming back that I thought did a great job last year, and it's going to be even better. And I think being able to run the football and then have, like you said, that size of receiver that can block but also catch the football, that still have speed, I think it's going to be it might be a little different Kansas City Chiefs offense, but I think we'll still have a lot of success.
And so take me through what that different Kansas City Chiefs offense is, because last year we obviously saw how teams were playing you guys in too high, and you guys adjusted and adapted well in the second half of the season. If teams come out and play you like that this year, you're going to love that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we got some running backs in that running back room that are going to be able to run the football along with that offensive line. And then the receivers, having these guys that are big but also fast, as well as the tight ends, I think it'll be hard for teams to kind of prepare for what we're going to do, because we'll be able to run the ball and be able to pass the ball just as well.
Talking with Andy earlier, and he said, yeah, you can always improve. You can always get better. I said, hey, greatest young quarterback in NFL history. He can always get better. So, on the spot, what this offseason did you get better at?
Yeah, for me, I mean, I always work on my base and my footwork. That's something that I think I always have to stay on top of and not lose. But I think, to me, it's just helping getting better reading coverages, getting to the right guy on time, still being able to take that aggressive approach and hit those deep shots. But at the same time, whenever that's not there, getting it to the guy underneath faster so that we can make stuff happen and keep moving the chains.
Yeah, you say reading coverages. Was it last year you came out and said that you didn't really know what coverages were early on?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a couple years ago now. But yeah, I mean, just now to think of where I was my first year starting to now, it's just crazy to know how much better I've gotten at reading coverages. I've seen so much now. I've learned from the mistakes that I've made and try not to make the same mistakes twice. And I think it's helped me kind of become the quarterback that I am today.
What is that? Is that reps? Is that practice reps? Is that game? Is that game film study that allows you to better understand coverages?
Yeah, I think it's both. I mean, I think it's film study. That's where it starts off at. And then it's getting into games. And I think when you have an offense as prolific as we've been these last few years, you start seeing coverages that you've kind of never seen before. And I think we've seen those now. We've learned from them. And I'm sure defenses will come out with new stuff. But at the same time, we're going to keep kind of finding the answers for those and keep answering the questions that they're giving us on the field.
When you talk about perfecting your base, always working on that, does so much of that have to do with your different arm slots and angles from which you throw?
I think it has to do with that. I think it has to do with me kind of working within the pocket. I always will have that scrambling part of my game where I kind of move around and make stuff happen. But being able to work from within the pocket with the offensive line that we have, get the ball out of my hand and still have a good base where I can still be accurate, that's stuff that I think I have to keep staying on throughout my entire career, because I've always kind of scrambled around and made throws happen. But I think the more I'm better within the pocket, the better this offense will be.
You know, I know that you're paying attention to you were paying attention to what's going on in the AFC West, and everybody's saying, hey, teams are catching up to the Chiefs. I look at it and say, aren't you guys the ones who have won the AFC West the last 6 years? If it were me, Patrick, I would say, yeah, it's about time they caught up to us. I mean, what was your take on everything that's gone on, and do you think that you guys may be not getting somehow the respect that you deserve?
Yeah, I mean, I think, to me, the AFC West has always been really good. We just have done a good job of focusing on that and winning the football games when they matter, but they're always close games. And so we know they're going to keep getting better and better, and they've brought in a lot of great players to all these teams in the AFC West. But, I mean, what's better than that? I mean, being able to play week in and week out against teams that are going to be in the playoffs, making your team better, that if you go out there and you win those games, you know when you get to the playoffs, it's just another game. It's not a playoff game. And so it's a thing where we have that confidence and that we're going to go in and try to win every single football game that we're in. But at the same time, we're going to give the respect to the guys and the opponents that we're playing, and we're going to focus on them in the training camp to get ready for them.
Last question, speaking of the AFC West, excluding you guys, what do you think was the biggest move that was made in the AFC West? What was the one, you're probably going to say Russell Wilson to Denver, but what was the one where you said, oh, okay?
Yeah, I mean, you had to say Russell to Denver. I mean, quarterback's such a big position, and that was already a really good football team, and to get in a quarterback like that's won Super Bowl and done those things, I mean, that'd be another leader that they can have in that locker room. So that's a big one. But, I mean, you look at the Chargers, they bring in two all-pro defensive players to add with that offense that they already had and the defense that they already had. And then the Raiders, I mean, Devontae Adams, talent speaks for itself. There's a lot of guys in there, but I would say Russell, just because it's the quarterback position. That's such a big position in this league.
Did you get faster this offseason?
I'm trying to always get faster. I think my Madden speed went up to 84. I'm trying to get that up to at least 90. So I'm going to have to break like a 50-yard touchdown run or something like that.
That's a big jump. We'll check the GPS. All right. Patrick Mahomes, CBS Sports. Thanks so much.
Working on those Madden ratings always. Mahomes is a name, of course, always near the top of the MVP odds list. He's second in terms of the preseason odds for 2022 behind Buffalo's Josh Allen. Mahomes sitting at plus 800, just ahead of his Madden 22 cover partner, Tom Brady.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.